you a bit of an overview of Thailand in general. So, not many people know that Thailand is actually 95% Buddhist. So, it's the most heavily populated Buddhist country in the world. And it's very evident from the moment you arrive. You'll see things such as monks walking around in the airports, temples, not only in the north, in Chiang Mai, but all throughout the country there are beautiful temples that you can go see. And one of the best experiences is actually going and getting a local guide that will take you to some of these temples. It really makes your experience unique when you can go and get blessed by a monk or learn about your birthday. I would encourage any tourist to incorporate these rituals into their trip. It's a really special thing to do. Aside from it being a really Buddhist country and being super friendly, it's incredibly great value. So value for money. For example, I get a Thai massage every single day in Thailand. And it's about 300 baht for a full hour. So at the moment, the euro is about 39 baht to €1, not the other way around. So it's incredibly good value for money. So you're looking at less than €10 for a full hour's massage. Things like cocktails. I was at a very beautiful resort last year in Krabi where they had 2-for-1 cocktails for 150 baht, just to give you an idea of cost. So your money goes so far. You can get luxury for a fraction of the price you will get in some of the competing destinations. Obviously, people know Thailand for its beaches, for good reason, because Thailand has some stunning beaches, beautiful beaches, but of course there's so much more to Thailand than beautiful beaches. I think it's really important to highlight the amazing food in Thailand. One of the best experiences is going and doing a cooking class. You can do cooking schools all throughout Thailand. Normally they're conducted outdoors. Spices are so strong, so spicy that usually the fumes, it's too hot in an indoor kitchen. So they're normally conducted outdoors. Usually it involves going to a local market, and the kids love getting involved because they can pick all the fruits and vegetables. And it's a lot of fun. Also, spa and wellness is massive in Thailand, not just the Thai massage on the streets, but world-class day spas, health and wellness, detox centres, it's massive. So particularly for women, it's a really great destination to visit. I know that most of you have been to Thailand. How many of you have been to a Muay Thai boxing show? Just out of curiosity. Good. All of you should go, because it is so much fun. It's insane. Basically, they start off with this ceremony. It's called Wai Kru. To you guys that went to the Muay Thai boxing, you remember the Wai Kru ceremony. I'm pretty sure you wouldn't have understood really what's going on. I don't either, but it's really fascinating to watch. They have the Thai instruments, and then they start the actual competitions. They can be as young as school-aged children right through to competing adults, and it's a fascinating thing to see. Not only just watching the sport, but participating in Muay Thai boxing classes yourself. Most of the top resorts have Muay Thai boxing gyms in the resorts, and people will go there specifically to learn how to do this sport. Before I start giving you an overview of some of the top destinations in Thailand, I want to touch on the weather. A lot of people get really quite confused about the weather in Thailand because it's a country with two weather patterns. So you see over this side of Thailand, this is the Andaman Sea side. So over this side you've got Phuket, of course, which Turkish Airlines fly into now. You've also got Khao, Phi Phi Island, Krabi, which is on the mainland. It's not an island, so people get confused. All of those areas, the best time to visit is November through to March, so that's considered the dry season. It's always hot in Thailand, but it's less hot or less humid November through to March, and there's less rain. So that's the best time to go. On the other side of Thailand, the Gulf of Thailand, you'll see the southern Gulf Islands. Those islands are Koh Samui, Koh Phangan, and Khao. Those islands have a later wet season, so it can still be raining even up until December. So I would recommend sending your clients to Koh Samui side more so in our summer. So June to September is a good time to go to Koh Samui. So it's a really great option for honeymooners, family holidays, really great alternative to Phuket during that time of year. Now, I'm going to talk about Phuket. the new destination that Turkish Airlines are now flying into. What I will say about Phuket, obviously it's the top destination in Thailand. It's an amazing place. There's beautiful beaches. There's lots to see and do, but it is a really big island. So you've got a big variety in the type of experience that you'll have depending on where you go. Other points to note are that you don't actually have to stay in Phuket if you fly into Phuket. An hour and a half north of Phuket, you've got Khao. Khao is actually the fastest growing destination in Thailand. And you've got all the surrounding islands and Krabi, which is not too far away from Phuket as well if you want to create a multi-centre holiday. There are over 30 beaches. Phuket is the biggest island in Thailand. It's connected to the mainland via a bridge. You see at the northern part of Phuket, you've got the airport. The most busiest part of Phuket is Patong Beach. This is just down here, Patong Beach. Takes an hour at least to get there from the airport. It's quite a busy island. You'll find Patong Beach is very lively. There's lots of nightlife, there's markets, there's a very busy beach. However, basically, the other beaches in Phuket are completely deserted, much quieter. You can go down the road 20 minutes in a taxi and go to Coron Beach or Carter Beach, and it'll be very quiet, very family friendly, and people will have a very different experience. Not a shortage of things to do. You can do your cooking classes, you can do your spa and wellness, Muay Thai boxing classes, go to Muay Thai boxing shows, there's amazing markets, shopping, nightlife, and then all the beautiful islands you could go and explore, such as Phi Phi Island, James Bond Island. You've got the Koh Islands nearby, but also just going around and hiring a drive for the day, going to different parts of the island. There's a lot to see and do. One of the top experiences, which I would recommend to anyone, is John Gray's sea canoe, which our friends in Belfast loved last night because there happened to be a guy in the room called John Gray, and he was like, "It's my sea canoe." But this experience is really, really fun. So they will take you out on a canoe. It's great for lazy people like me because I don't like to do any exercise. So there's actually a guy on the back who will row for you. So you just sit there. It's really good. And they'll take you out to Phang Bay. So Phang Bay is this bay with all these beautiful limestone casks poking out of the sea. It's absolutely stunning. And as opposed to Phi Phi Island, which is very, very popular nowadays, going on this tour, you won't see any other tourists. And it's so scenic and so beautiful and so quiet. They'll take you through all these caves and these lagoons. You might even see some monkeys. It's really beautiful. This is Phuket Town. So Phuket Town is it's not beach. It's not a beach resort. It's the main town where a lot of the locals live. It has a lot of Portuguese architecture and heritage. It's very beautiful. You've got these colourful buildings, boutique restaurants, art shops, and it's a very cool place to just go and spend a couple of hours looking around. And now, as I was saying before, you've got all these nearby islands near Phuket. Now, I wouldn't say to spend all of your time in Phuket. I would say combine it with some of the other islands. You can go stay on Phi Phi Island. You can also go stay on the Koh Island. So you've got Koh Yai and Koh Noi. Noi means small and Yai means big, and Koh means island. So just so if you're wondering what that means. You've also got Koh Lanta, so combining those in a multi-centre holiday is definitely a must-do. This is Khao National Park. This is incredible, and it looks exactly like that photo. There's so many photos floating around that are photoshopped. This is not photoshopped. This is exactly what it looks like. It is incredibly beautiful. This is actually a man-made lake. You can go and stay in Khao National Park in the jungle. It's like a digital detox. There's no Wi-Fi. During the day, you can go wash and feed elephants. There's quite a few different places you can stay in Khao National Park, but probably the most famous one is Elephant Kills, where you can do a 2-night experience, and I definitely recommend it. They will provide free pick-up and drop-off in Phuket, so it's an easy add-on. As I was saying, Koh Samui has conflicting weather season to Phuket, so great option for the summer break. much smaller than Phuket. So you can drive around the island in a couple of hours. They have a fantastic ladyboy cabaret show that I highly recommend in Chaweng Beach. Chaweng Beach is the busiest beach. Everyone laughs, but they're a lot of fun, trust me. In the middle of Koh Samui, you've got this fantastic jungle terrain. You can go do four-wheel drives up into the mountaintop and do cooking classes that overlook Arnott National Marine Park. Arnott National Marine Park is quite a similar experience to Jonglei Sea Canoe. You can go out and see limestone casks, and it's very scenic, very beautiful. So this is just a map to give you an idea of where everything is. Just like Phuket, there's a big Buddha as well. So you can go see beautiful temples, just like you can everywhere in Thailand. Chaweng Beach is the most popular beach, and then basically every other beach is a lot quieter. Koh Put is very popular for luxury resorts. This is Arnott National Marine Park. Again, that's not Photoshop, that's what it looks like. It's very stunning, and for anybody that goes to Koh Samui, it's a must-see for any day trip. This is the Big Buddha. It's a fantastic viewpoint there as well. So again, just hiring a driver for the day and going home and look around. It's really cool. I can't stress enough how much I love Koh Phangan, and it's not for the full moon parties. It's just a really beautiful little island, and it's an easy add-on to Koh Samui for a few nights. So stunning beaches, you can just get a long-tail boat and go to different isolated beaches. It's very untouched in some parts. See, you wouldn't realise that Hadrin, this is where they have the full moon parties, it's only on one beach on this island. The whole other part of the island is completely unexplored, gravel roads. You can stay in bungalows to 5-star resorts, and they're very beautiful. Also Koh Tao, I think about a quarter of the world get their diving licence in Koh Tao. But it's also another really beautiful little hidden gem that you can go and explore as an add-on to Koh Samui. Now, I would highly recommend going to the north. I think it's completely underrated. It's very easy to get to from either Koh Samui or Phuket. You can fly for 2 hours from Phuket to Chiang Mai as a multi-centre holiday, and it's absolutely stunning, completely different experience from the south. The food is different as well. They've got this fantastic night bazaar with all the ladies coming with their little insects. You've got to try them, just do it. It's one of those do it. It's one of those cities that you just walk around in awe and just stare at all the beautiful temples. It's got this old city with this moat. It's just very stunning. Also, the elephant experiences in the north, there's lots of elephant rescue camps, and you've also got the hill tribes. This lady in this fantastic dress, she's one of the hill tribes. I think there's 7 different hill tribes, and you can even go and do homestays and that kind of thing with them as well. This is Doi Satep. This is the most famous temple in Chiang Mai. It has fantastic views all over the city. It's a must-see as well. I'm going to finish with Bangkok. The reason why I'm finishing with Bangkok is I feel like with any itinerary you typically do Bangkok at the end. And the reason why I say that is Bangkok's amazing. I love Bangkok, but it's pretty overwhelming for a first-timer to Thailand. And I think it takes getting adjustment because of all the humidity, the noise, the sounds. Plus, it's a shopping haven. People typically want to shop at the end of their trip, but this place has so many amazing markets, such as the weekend Chatuchak market. We've got the Pat night markets, and then you've got all the amazing shopping malls like the MBK, Central World, and so on. Just to give you an idea of the areas in Bangkok, so typically most people tend to stay around Siam or Sukhumvit area because that's where all the shopping centres are. Riverside is very popular though. You've got Chao Phraya River that is right through the middle of Bangkok. It's sort of where everything happens. You can see the Grand Palace of Wat Arun, and you've got everybody just going about their daily life using the river as a form of transport. So most of the beautiful resorts in that area have views of the river, which is really cool. You've got the backpacker area of Khao San Road, and around Silam you've got the night markets. So this is the Grand Palace. This is the most popular day trip in Bangkok, a definite must-see. I could talk about it, but I think pictures speak louder than words. And this is Chao Phraya River. This is Waterroon. Like I was saying before, a lot of the resorts you can actually see Waterroon. I definitely recommend going and having a look, but just more so doing the river cruises. You can see it at night. It's really cool. And the Leaning Buddha, not too far away from the Grand Palace, you can easily combine it together. And they have a massage school, just outside there. This is the floating markets. There's quite a few different floating markets in Bangkok, but this is the most popular one. It's quite a crazy experience. Everyone gets in their long-tail boats, and it's literally a floating market where people are buying food and knickknacks, and it's quite exciting. And normally all the riverside resorts in Bangkok will provide free riverboat transfers to Asia Teak. It's a popular night market. There's a lot going on there. More ladyboy cabaret shows, of course. There's Muay Thai boxing shows, and there's also really cool shopping in the area as well. It'd be silly for me to forget the nightlife in Bangkok. Just about every hotel has an amazing rooftop bar, but the most famous one is the Labua, where they film The Hangover 2, but then of course Banyan Tree, but there's quite a few different rooftop bars. Any of the day trips as well, so Ayutthaya, it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. You can do it as a day trip from Bangkok, and you can even take a rice barge cruise back from Ayutthaya. People go cycling around these beautiful old ancient ruins. Or you can also go do Kanchanaburi. Kanchanaburi is very beautiful, mountainous, greenery. It's like the Chiang Mai closest to Bangkok. But they've got the bridge over the River Kwai, where there's a museum set up, and that's really interesting as well. I'm finished. Thanks so much for listening to me. But before I go, I just want to mention my online training program. So, of course, it's really hard to talk about a whole country in like half an hour. So, this is my online training program. Now, if you are unfortunate enough to not win anything tonight, don't worry. We have prizes all the time. You can win Love to Shop vouchers. Sometimes we have more exciting prizes to win. All you have to do is go to training.tourismthailand.co.uk and do the training, and you're in to win. So, thanks for listening to me.